What is up, guys? So we have good news today, and as you can see, Arknight's Endfield has been nominated for the Best Mobile Game Award at Gamescom. Not to be confused with another award, which I will make another video for it. The other award being Gaming on Phone. This time, this one is Gamescom, which is the event that's like happening right now. It'll be announced in the weekend, but as you guys can see, Arknight's Endfield by Hypergriff is the first game you see for the nominees for the Best Mobile Game at Gamescom. So important things to note, this mobile game category is only for the games that are attending in Gamescom, that are participating in the booths in Gamescom. So games that didn't participate are not in this category. They cannot be voted for, which is why you don't see stuff like NTE or Wuthering Waves. I think those games just skipped this event this year. And also another criteria is that the games themselves have to like submit to be one of the nominees. So potentially some games could choose not to be selected as to become a nominee for this game, which is why you see some game like Silver Palace, which isn't even out yet. They're saying they're counting like demos and exhibition. I guess they just don't have that much games for this category. Maybe a lot of like games companies skip it. Let's just look at what other games we have here. So there's 5, and as you guys can see, there's the big Genshin Impact over here. There's Silver Palace, which hasn't even come out yet. There's Where Winds Meet, and there is Zenless Zone Zero, another Hoyoverse title. So there's like 2 Hoyoverse titles. So all 5 of these, all of them seems pretty promising. And also, 4 out of 5 are gacha games. 5 out of 5 are Chinese games. 4 out of 5 are gacha games. 2 out of 5 are Hoyoverse games. And surprisingly, the winner for this category from last year did not show up today. And that is Love and Deep Space. Now, Love and Deep Space did participate in this Gamescom. They have their like events booths set up already. But as you guys know, this year, that game took a little different turn recently. And it might be because they themselves did not submit to become a nominee. Not exactly because they got like canceled or whatever, but alright, looks like Love and Deep Space, even if they were in one of the categories, I think they're not winning anyway. Not saying the game is bad, but the player base has been canceling the game lately. And for other potential games that I thought could have been here, like could have potentially been here, like maybe Ananta. I think Ananta is actually at Gamescom, but I guess they just didn't submit or didn't have enough content like Silver Palace. They didn't have like a, I think, real beta, I guess. They're still in the testing phase. And no NTE. Surprisingly, the game that is going to be Enfield's 2026 competitor that's been everywhere. Surprisingly, not at this Gamescom. They were at last year, but not this year. Which I feel like is kind of a missed opportunity because I think NTE has the most momentum during its launch phase, and this is their first year. They would be the newest game, not counting Silver Palace if they were in this category. But I guess NTE is losing some steam in the sponsorship and events department. So let's just go over one by one, each game one by one, and what I think about them. Endfield, you know, this channel is all about Endfield, so obviously I'm happy that Endfield is going to be in this category, and it's kind of a no-brainer. For like new mobile games this year, Endfield is definitely one of them. Okay, not actually new, but like best mobile game this year. And up next, I want to briefly talk about Genshin. I know I've been talking about this game a lot recently. And if you look at here, they're actually using the 6.7 version as the art. So this is the last Not Cry patch, the one with Cendrone in it, the one in Fontaine. Honestly, I think not a lot of people really like this patch. The 7.0/9 patch was like just way better. This patch had a very boring underwater event that I unfortunately suffered through. A lot of people just skipped the stuff. The only like really good thing about this patch was the story from Cendrone. I think it was basically Cendrone's story quest. Won't spoil too much, but Cendrone, popular character, a lot of people like. That's all you need to know. So I'm assuming this Genshin Impact is specifically for like Genshin Impact starting from last year. So probably like almost the entire Not Cry. So specifically like the Genshin Impact, Song of the Welkin Moon edition. How is the Not Cry arc? And they are not counting any like Snaya stuff, so there's that. Up next, Silver Palace. I've been trying to get into the beta, but as you can tell, I'm not in the game's beta. I remember they want you to like watch Twitch streams to get like to be able to go into the beta, but you get a raffle ticket. You don't automatically get into the beta. You watch the stream and then you get like a ticket of a chance of getting into the beta. And then it just never happened. And then I think the beta is over. So there's that. But Silver Palace is still one of my most anticipated game. It looks really cool to me. The character design, the gameplay all look really promising. They also like one-up NT with the gender interaction. You're not locked to some male or female separation. So Silver Palace seems to be pretty good. The only thing I'm not too interested in is probably like maybe the world building. I think the Victorian aesthetic looks really cool, but not too sure if there's going to be a whole lot to do in it. So the game, I haven't tried it, haven't played it, so not much to say about it. Where Winds Meet, I actually always really wanted to try this game. I remember when it came out, I tried to install it on my computer, and then I saw how big the game is in storage size. Then I just uninstalled the game. So I don't have anything against this game. I think it's probably going to be good if I have the time and storage space to try it. But as of right now, I'm gonna put it off, but not surprised if this game does well. Let me know, maybe this game like has less storage space and runs better on mobile. That'll be good. And lastly, we have Zenless Zone Zero. Now, I've been trying to get back to this game for a while. I think the last time I really played Zenless Zone Zero was during the last Void Hunter Yeshun Guang patch. In this season, they're also releasing another Void Hunter, so this game is back again. Very weirdly, they are using Miyabi as the icon for this Zenless Zone Zero. But the Zenless Zone Zero, I always never had too much of a problem with it. Sure, the gender balance, the character balance might be a bit off, might be one of the weakness. But I never had too much of a problem with it. But I think for this category, for like the Hoyoverse players, most of them are just going to... Most of the Zenless Zone Zero Hoyoverse voters might end up funneling into just Genshin Impact. Just because Genshin exists here. So if you're like a Hoyoverse fan, I don't think Zenless Zone Zero is going to have a big chance of winning. So first up, if you are here, should you vote for Arknight's Endfield? I'm talking this like, should you pull for the character? I think the voting session is not out yet. I think we gotta wait for like a day or two. But should you vote for Endfield for the best mobile game? Now I wrote some pros and cons. So there are pros and cons when you're voting for stuff like this. So the pros is you vote for Endfield, they win. We get many rewards. We get ore barrels. Probably not a lot, but I'm guessing it's going to be like 1,000 ore barrels. 500 would be like terrible, but like 1,000 would be like bare minimum. And then maybe 5 pulls or 10 pulls would be amazing. More rewards to pull for Typhus and the horse guy. The game gets more exposure, popularity, players. People never heard about a game, now want to try out the game if it's like the best mobile game. Kind of like how when Wuthering Waves wins a best mobile game in the last Game Awards. And also, I think Endfield is also, I think, coming to Steam. So that's going to be very amazing to tap into the PC player-based market. So after the pros, let's talk about the cons. Is there any cons to voting for Endfield? I guess the only con you would get is some gacha tribalism war. Maybe the Hoyoverse fan would attack the Endfield fandom for winning. And then we get into a massive drama that we can farm for engagement. But that's a whole nother topic. But other than that, other than analyzing the pros and cons on voting for Endfield, let's talk about who I will vote for. And I'll also give like a ranking in order for priority on my opinion on the game, even the games that I haven't played much yet. So for me, I will vote on an Endfield channel or gacha game channel. My vote is going to go to Endfield. That's my number 1. And if there was no Endfield for some reason, my number 2 pick would be Genshin. And then number 3, I'm going to give it to CZZ. And then between Silver Palace and Where Winds Meet, I guess I'll lean towards Silver Palace, but I'll tie Silver Palace and Where Winds Meet at the last place together, so it's not all that problematic. And now, time to think objectively, who do I think will win in this category when the results are out this weekend? So, letting go of my biases, I think for this award, it might not be just player votes. I think it also involves some like judges, awards and stuff. Maybe the judge have more points. But still, I think the game that is very likely to win objectively is going to be Genshin Impact. And if it's not Genshin, I actually think Endfield has the highest chance outside of Genshin. Because I don't think Zenless Zone Zero has been like way too popular recently. They did have a very popular patch with the Void Hunter, but I think Endfield has a slightly more dedicated fan base that would vote on this website. And so it's Genshin, Endfield, and then I'll go just by popularity, Where Winds Meet, and then Silver Palace is going to be the least likely game to win. Because I think Silver Palace still really has not have a dedicated audience just yet. Silver Palace, I guess, audience right now would just be people that are just looking for new stuff to play. Not necessarily having a real fandom just yet. So other than that, let's go check out the other game categories. Oh, this is the last category. They saved the best mobile game for the last category because they know mobile games are the best. Okay, I'll quickly go through the other categories for y'all and let me know my opinion. Best visuals. I think I don't know any of these, but I think I know Alien Isolation, but this Deperson era thing, this horror game looking thing might win. It looks really unique. Best audio. Already a second Alien Isolation, a second Horizon. Best audio, I think it's probably going to be Densha Attack. I think this is the one that has the iron mouse and all that. Best gameplay, I think it's Onimusha. I think probably this one. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm guessing it's going to be this one from Capcom. Most entertaining. This is such a very general like description. Entertaining. I'm guessing something like simple and a lot of people play. I guess Densha Attack. Most epic. I don't think I see any Expedition 33, but I'm guessing it's going to be this Crimson Desert, Pearl Abyss, because it kind of looks like one of those games that wins a lot of awards. Most wholesome was this Opus. I don't know any of this, but this one looks like it has Sonic in it, so I'm guessing this one, Age Twisters. Nominees games for Impact. Surprisingly, Genshin Impact not here. No Honkai Impact. What does Impact even mean here? I guess Opus. This game looks kind of like a Makoto Shinkai movie. Group platform. Oh, best Microsoft Xbox. I don't have an Xbox, but I'm guessing it's going to be. I seen a lot of people like Gears of War, but I think Halo is gonna win because he's just more popular. Best PC game. I do primarily play games on PC, but I guess Crimson Desert. This looks like the game that's the most likely to win. Best Sony PlayStation game. Okay, I think Onimusha, Way of the Sword by Capcom. Best Nintendo Switch 2 game. I want to say Mega Man or Rayman, but I think it's Mega Man. Best mobile game, I voted Endfield, but it could be like Genshin Impact. So there is it. That is going to be all my votes. Let me know in the comments, what are y'all going to be voting for? And what type of rewards y'all expecting? Anyways, shout out to my channel member, and I'll see y'all in the next video.